Good morning. Good morning. Please rise in body or in spirit as you're able. As you can see, we have two friends here today. Tony, who's going to do a special later, and Daniel. They're going to help us with our first song. We're going to sing it all together a couple of times, and then we're going to try a round with this half and another round with this half. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet all together again. Come, 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 whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come. One more time, all together. Come, 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 whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Group one. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. All together. Come yet again, come. In harmony. Come yet again, come. Two more times. Come. Come yet again, come. Last time. Come yet again, come. Beautiful, good job. Stay standing, don't have a seat yet. Here we have gathered. Here we have gathered, gathered side by side. Circle of kinship, come and step aside. May all who seek here find a kindly word. May all who speak here feel they have been heard. Sing now together this our heart song. Here we have gathered, called to celebrate days of our lifetime, matter small and great. We of all ages, living out our stands, infants and sages, sharing what we can. Sing now together this our heart song. Life has its battles, sorrows and regrets, but in the shadows let us not forget. We who now gather know each other's pain. Kindness can heal us. As we give, we gain. Sing now in friendship this our heart's own song.
Welcome, friends. I'm Jake Morrill, your sabbatical minister, he, him, here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, where lives are transformed through courageous action and... And hey, guess what? If you're new, today is your day. Join our Pathfinder class right after service upstairs in room 217. It's the final session of the fall series with yours truly, watch out, plus lunch and childcare included. Who can beat that? And next Sunday, a free all-congregational lunch after the second service, that's this one, celebrating the home stretch of our stewardship drive, including everybody making whatever pledges is right for them. You know what else? You know what else? What? The Harvest of Love auction, our biggest and only fundraiser of the year, is less than 2 weeks away. Today is your last chance to donate an item. Today is your last chance to donate an item. So after service, head to uuca.org/auction to donate and grab your ticket for Saturday, October 11, right here at UUCA. You don't want to miss it. And you might bring your sleeping bag because the very next morning, October 12th, hold on, it's New Member Sunday. Yeah. If you're ready to make UUCA your spiritual home, go to uuca.org/new. And if you're already a member, come and celebrate the joy of welcoming others into beloved community. So those are the announcements. And honestly, what I really want to do right now is to welcome Derek Bumba to light the chalice, but I can't. Not yet. I can't invite him up right. I can't do it yet because we're not all here. I mean, you're here, I see you, but not all your stories and scars, your shimmer and your sacred selves. And somebody told me that this is a house of radical welcome. Is that right? Yes. So until every last part of us is here and welcome, the house isn't full, the table's not set, and Derek can't strike that match. So here's how we're going to fix it together. I'm going to call out the welcome, and you're going to call back, come on in. Let's practice. Come on in. If you're here, coming with heartbreak, hope, or both. Come on in. If you're cranky, confused, or crackling with holy fire. Come on in. If your beauty shows in your blackness, your brownness, or a mosaic of ancestors who defy simple naming. Come on in. If you're old enough for bebop, young enough for TikTok, if you're punk rock, hip hop, or nonstop on your laptop. Come on in. I crack myself up. Si tienes el poder y el amor de las antepasadas dentro de ti. If your awesomeness, your particular awesomeness, includes being trans, queer, fluid, or just figuring it out like a lot of us here. If you're not sure why you're here. If you're coming with grief, with joy, or more questions than answers. We did it. So now we're full up, which wide, and the Spirit is saying this house is rocking and ready. Here we have gathered not in a fortress, but a festival. This is no gated community. It's a welcome table that grows wider and wider each week. And now finally I can do what I've been wanting to do, which is to welcome Derek Bumba, board leader and coffee ministry hero, to light our chalice. And let's say the chalice lighting words together. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking Invite all who yearn for acceptance and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
This is a very old story, which comes from the Bible and which is often told and remembered every year around Yom Kippur. Once upon a time, long ago, the people of Israel were traveling through the desert. Their leader was Moses, and God said to Moses, "Come up the mountain, I have words of life for you and for the people." So Moses climbed, step by step, higher and higher into the clouds. And God gave Moses 2 heavy stone tablets, words carved in stone, promises between God and the people. And the people said, "We will keep the promise." Say that with me. We will keep the promise. But Moses was gone for a long time, 40 days and 40 nights. Down below, the people grew restless. They grew scared. They thought, maybe Moses isn't coming back. Maybe God has forgotten us. So the people said, "We need a God we can see." Say that with me. We need a God we can see. So they melted their gold into the shape of a calf, a tiny statue, and they danced and sang around it, pretending that this idol, this shiny statue, was a god, made them feel less anxious. It seemed so real, you could see it and touch it. But when Moses came down the mountain and saw the people dancing around the golden calf, his heart broke. And in his anger, he threw down the tablets with God's promises, smash! And they shattered into pieces. Now, it could have been the end of the story between people and God. After all, the promise was broken. Maybe they had only one chance, and they had wrecked it. But the story doesn't end there. God said to Moses, "Carve 2 new tablets and bring them up the mountain." So that's what Moses did. And this time, God spoke words of mercy and love. "I am patient. I am faithful. I am full of steadfast love." And down in the valley, the people were saying, "We will keep the promise." Say that with me. We will keep the promise. When Moses came down the mountain this time, his face was shining with light. And the people knew, even when promises are broken, they can be made new again. So let's act it out together. First, let's make fists tight, like holding on to a promise that breaks. Now open your hands wide, like dropping the broken pieces. Now, press your palms together, like holding the new tablets. That is the story of the second set of tablets. The story of promise making, promise breaking, and promise remaking. Because that's how love works, over and over throughout our lives. Amen? Amen. So I would like to invite members of the covenant drafting team and the Healthy Relations Committee to the chancel to lead us in this morning's movement prayer. And as they make their way up, please rise as you are willing and able and join us. So first, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present, honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. Amen. Blessed be. So at this time, we would like to invite our children, 3rd grade and under, to exit and join preschool or their creative workshop for the morning. And please note that the location for these is just down the hall on the 1st floor. And as our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you haven't met.
keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am held when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth in you. I find my identity. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have every victory. Ooh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, I believe.
Good morning. My name is Nick Johnson. I use he, him pronouns. And today's responsive reading is going to be titled We Begin in Love, written by author Reverend Rob Eller Isaacs. I'll begin. For remaining silent when a single voice would have made a big difference. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that our fears have made us rigid and inaccessible. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that we struck out in anger without just cause. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For each time that our greed has blinded us to the needs of others. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For the selfishness that sets us apart and alone. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For falling short of the admonitions of the Spirit. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. For losing sight of our unity. For those and for so many acts, both evident and subtle, which have fueled the illusion of separateness. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again.
Let us put hands on hearts. Feel the heartbeat, the connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal the world. At this time, we hear the joys and the sorrows of this congregation. Alicia Hodges' memorial service will be on October 28 at 2 p.m. here in this building with reception afterwards. Let us gather in remembrance on that day. We lift up Ann Van Whitson, who had back surgery this past Thursday and now will be recovering at home, anticipating cards from you. She can't wait to get back to being able to play her harp here at UUCA. And now, if you are online, type the names of those you are holding dear this morning into the chat, and if you're here in this room, speak the names of those beloveds out loud into this holy space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find ways to be more loving to one another. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, those times we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves and each other, and this week, this day, we begin again in love. So let us calm our bodies and our minds. Let us breathe in peace and exhale. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Good morning. I'm Ellen Beatty, a lay minister here, and my pronouns are she and her. Today we are sharing the plate for the final week with this month's recipient, El Refugio. So many of you are now familiar with their mission to accompany the people detained at Stewart Detention Center and their loved ones through hospitality and visitation. But how much do you know about Stewart Detention Center? This private, for-profit immigration detention facility in Lumpkin County, Georgia, is run by the Core Civic Corporation on behalf of ICE. Founded in 2006, it's one of the largest such facilities in this nation. Officially, it has 1,600 beds, but it's chronically overcrowded and currently houses a record high of nearly 1,900 detainees, most of whom have committed no crime. Also soaring is the price of Core Civic stock, thanks to the billions of new dollars that Congress just gave to ICE. Failure to provide adequate food, hygiene supplies, and medical care, and forcing detainees to make purchases at their home store also bolsters Core Civic's profits. But withholding of basic needs is just one way Stewart has earned its notoriety. Multiple lawsuits, investigative reports, and government audits have identified gross deficiencies. One lawsuit that Core Civic was forced to settle showed its voluntary work program used coercion to force detainees to work for miserable wages. Those who refused to work were denied food and privileges, and at times placed in solitary confinement. Perhaps most disturbingly, Stewart's draconian policies make it difficult for detainees to communicate with or be visited by their legal counsel and others. You can see then how much it means for El Refugio to offer them care and compassion. El Refugio volunteers visit detainees, write to them as pen pals, and donate food, clothing, and hygiene products. El Refugio provides hospitality for visiting family members and friends, and helps detainees to access legal representation. Now, when immigrants are being rounded up in unprecedented numbers using cruel and dehumanizing tactics, the beacon of hope that El Refugio offers is essential and life-affirming. El Refugio practices the truest form of radical welcome. So I ask you to give generously now, if you have not yet, and to give again if you have already. Every little bit helps. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved. How precious did that grace appear. The hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis great hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord hath promised good to me. His words, my hope secure. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures.
That was exquisite. Please join me now in the dedication of the offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives in these our offerings.
This past week, I was out in Scottsdale, Arizona. The desert stretched out in front of me, brown and bare. The McDowell Mountains rising like bones against the sky. Camelback Mountain hunched in silhouette. A fragile, spare ecosystem built to survive by making the most of so little. But laid across that desert was mile after mile of human sprawl, business parks and housing developments, car dealerships, shopping centers, and at night it lit up so you could not see the stars. Each one and all of it drawing voraciously from the water table, squeezing the land for all it could give. And I'll tell you the truth, I got sad about it, like in my soul. Because it seemed like it wasn't just the desert and what had been done that I was looking at. It was like I was looking in a mirror. I was looking at us. I was looking at me, and I was maybe looking at this whole country in 2025. It's like we've become a Christmas tree in December, shimmering with lights, dripping with tinsel, piled high with ornaments and cheer, and from the outside, through the window, it looks good, fun, and maybe a little too much in the way that we like a little too much. But you and I know the truth. the tree is already cut, severed from its roots, balanced in a shallow metal dish of stale water, glittering on the outside and dying at the root. And I think of this as the condition of primal estrangement. So there stands a question: what happens to a life that looks dazzling but is cut off from the source? When we sparkle on the surface, but we starve at the roots. When we are busy in public, but broken in private. When we're dazzling through December, but dead by January. Isn't that what estrangement feels like? As estranged from the earth we abuse, estranged from one another, estranged even from ourselves, our own souls, that this morning many of us are aching for rest. And estranged from the source of life, that living water that throughout evolution has never run dry. And I want to say this with compassion. Maybe we had some good reasons for getting here. Sometimes cutting off a relationship in any direction is good for self-protection because closeness only means harm. Sometimes overconsumption seems normal. It's the what everybody did. It's the way to keep up. It's the way to get ahead. It's the way to belong. Sometimes numbing ourselves with busyness may have felt like the only way to quiet that ache deep inside. And still, it comes at a terrible cost. A cost to the land we inhabit, drained and parched. A cost to the people around us, forgotten, discarded. A cost to our own souls, cut off from nourishment, propped up but not rooted. And what happens when we're propped up but not planted? When our beauty is cut off from our being? What's the point of glitter when we're gasping for water? When we're shimmering at the surface but severed at the source? I am hearing this fall many people say that there are now things that have been broken in this world, in this country, in our communities, that will never be healed, that there is no way back. I'm hearing that. I don't know if you're hearing that. I don't even know if that's something you've been thinking in quiet moments to yourself. Could there be a way back then from how far, as a people, we have gotten lost? And what does Unitarian Universalism have to say about a path forward from here? One option, of course, is to discard the whole question and simply numb out, to shrink the circle of our care so we don't get overwhelmed. It makes a certain sense. We close our eyes, scroll on our phone, tend to our little patch of the earth. We say things like, well, that's above my pay grade, not my business, as we turn away, holding that grief from welling up. And I get it. I mean, sometimes in the face of all that seems broken, in the face of the headlines, distraction can be a form of survival. And then there's others of us, or perhaps the same ones of us on other moments, who swing to the opposite extreme. We hurl ourselves into overdrive, trying to wrestle life, our own and everybody else's, into shape. I grew up going to the Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church in Knoxville, where activists passed around clipboards with petitions on Sundays during worship, tirelessly not letting a moment pass without being down for the cause, always in motion, like a restless ghost in a ghost story trying to get home. Like that, we can let guilt be our GPS, organizing our days around penance, measuring our worth by whether we've worked hard enough, shown up at enough events, written enough postcards, done enough fixing enough, as if the pain of guilt in our lives could be outrun by activity, as if any of us needed to earn or to prove our worth, when the fact is, we're just fine and even kind of beautiful. I want to ask you to just tell yourself that. I'm just fine and even kind of beautiful. But we act like there's something broken within us rather than that something's gotten kind of out of alignment and broken between us and life's ongoing interdependence. So hounded by guilt, we end up exhausted at the end of the day. So distraction won't nourish us and desperation won't sustain us. One starves the soul, the other crushes the spirit, and neither can guide us now for the long haul. So if not numbing ourselves with detachment, not burning ourselves out with guilt, what then is the path? As you heard today in Laura Beth's story, after the people had broken their promise to be faithful to their highest commitments out there in the wilderness and had instead pledged their hearts to the glittering golden calf, something amazing happens. Even when they have given up on love, it turns out that love has not given up on them. Even when they have given up on the depths of life, life itself has not given up on them. Moses comes down from the mountain with a second tablet, a second chance. Has anybody in this room ever gotten a second chance? Anybody in this room ever gotten a third chance and a fourth? Moses comes down like that with a new covenant, a renewed promise. Picture it. Picture the scene. Because the way I see it, it's like a long-time married couple renewing their vows. You know what you're getting into. And you're thinking about it. You're like doing the math. And it's all the more precious because you step up and say yes, despite all. Maybe you've had that experience in your life of renewing your promises, starting over again. The theologian Walter Brueggemann put it succinctly. He said, "We are promise-making, promise-breaking, and promise-remaking people." I love that. Doesn't sound like a standard of perfection. It just sounds like a standard to keep going. When relationships are broken, when estrangement from life has us living our days like a cut Christmas tree, Unitarian Universalism has a method for transforming that pain. I feel like I'm on a commercial now. How much would you pay? In our tradition, in Unitarian Universalism, we know things break down, not within us because we're beautiful, but between us. When things break down between us, we got a way to respond, and that is covenant. Covenant runs deep in our Unitarian Universalist story and identity. In the 16th century, stay with me. In the 16th century, when all across Europe there came the cry of sola scriptura and sola fide, scripture alone, faith alone, it seemed liberating. No more would people know the divine or know the depths of life only through the mechanisms of some institution, only through certain rites, but now they were free to experience life directly themselves. So liberating until it wasn't, until some folks started to walk back all that freedom and the new cages of creed appeared. But the radical Reformation, that's us, the branch we belong to, said, no, faith can't be caged. Truth can't be tamed. We are free people, and what binds us isn't creed, but covenant, by which I mean holy promises to each other, to the earth, to ourselves, and to life. Stanley Hauerwas says that in an age of individualism and isolation, covenant is countercultural. Covenant insists you are not your own, but belong to each other. The question then becomes not who are we, but instead whose are we? James Cone reminds us that the estrangement of our times is not abstract. It's not just sort of an idea for discussion, but it is instead the rotten fruit of white supremacy. It is the system that severs black and brown bodies from opportunity, protection, and dignity. And the only medicine for that suffering, is coming together again, solidarity. Covenant means standing with the crucified classes, standing with those the world pushes aside. Covenant means forging at each moment a wider and more durable us. And this is why guilt is a terrible GPS. It keeps us turned in on ourselves, worrying and nagging and gnawing at ourselves, obsessed with ourselves, measuring how we measure up. But covenant points us outwards. Covenant plants us once again in the soil of life. Covenant turns despair into joy and says, begin again in love. Yes, there is sorrow in this path of facing the pain and resolving not to give up. Yes, there is pain in seeing how far we have wandered, to walk through brown fields poisoned by neglect, to watch the news and see glittering weapons and starving children, Palestinian families in Gaza mourning their dead, Israeli families still aching for hostages from October 7th. Covenant says all of this suffering is worthy of lament. We are all family here on this earth. Covenant says refuse to look away. Covenant says join your hearts and your lives in solidarity with all of those Israeli activists protesting Netanyahu's regime. Join your hearts and your lives with Palestinian activists risking their lives for their people. And we do this, we join our hearts and our lives in this way, not because we are partisan, but because we are human. And here is the gospel truth. We don't keep covenant because we are shiny and perfect. We keep covenant, our promises, because we are not. We don't return to love because we have failed. We return to love because love has not failed us. And the invitation is the same every time. Look at your promises. When you're down in the ditch, when you see you've gotten lost, when there is that old pain again, look at your promises and see how they are. And then little by little, begin again in love. So what could it look like for you or for us to live in this way? To start from right where we are and to begin again in love? We don't have to go far to see it. Only 6 miles from here is the historic 4th Ward Park. If you walk there today, you'll see green lawns, children splashing in fountains, neighbors picnicking, families walking dogs, life where once there was only ruin. The land before was abandoned, was brownfield, overbuilt, polluted, and abandoned. The warehouses of industry had leached poison into the soil. The land was unsafe, unusable, and estranged from life. But the community said, this story isn't over. They faced the truth of the contamination, undertook painstaking work of remediation, and now that brown field has become a garden. The poisoned ground has become a place of joy, of connection, and renewal. And somebody told me between these services that actually this is the restoration to what prior generations knew the place as. Isn't that what covenant can do in a life? Or in a community? Isn't that what it means over time to begin again in love? Because let's be honest, some of us have made of our lives a brownfield, overbuilt with busyness, polluted with anxiety, contaminated with self-neglect, severed from the waters of love, glittering on the outside and estranged on the inside. But here's some good news. Today, this day, Anyone can turn it around. You can turn it around. Today is the day we can stop death dealing to ourselves and to others. Today is the day we can begin again in love. And maybe this is true of the whole congregation. For all the joy and the flourishing here, maybe the mountaintop is still up ahead. Maybe the greatest flourishing is still yet to come, because the real scaffolding of this place is not steel or stone. The real scaffolding of this place is the promises we keep. It is covenant, and covenant can always be renewed and strengthened and deepened. So maybe today death hasn't won. Maybe despair hasn't won. And maybe, despite the headlines, hate hasn't won. Maybe love still has something to say. Maybe the pain in your life and the pain in this world can be addressed by taking a good hard look at the promises you've made and the promises you've kept to each other, to ourselves, and to life. And maybe, if Walter Brueggemann is right, that we are a promise-making, promise-breaking, and promise-remaking people, then maybe this setback is only a setup for a comeback. And what will that comeback look like? A life that's not just dazzling, but rooted. A congregation not just surviving, but even thriving. A brownfield turned into a garden. A desert blooming with wildflowers after the rain. A people who are unstoppable. Imagine what it would be like to be unstoppable in the face of despair, because you know and have practiced what it is to begin again in love, and to begin again in love, and to begin again in love, and to begin again in love. So here we are, community, in this moment together. We are a people who know what it is to shimmer like a Christmas tree, dazzling but cut off. We're a people who know what it is to be poisoned like the brownfield, overbuilt and contaminated. We're a people who know what it is to be estranged from life, but we are also a people of covenant, a people of promises. And covenant means the story isn't over. Broken promises can be remade. Estrangement can be healed. Brownfields restored. Deserts can bloom, because love isn't finished. Even now, it's doing a new thing. We don't want to be clanging cymbals in this lifetime that we're given. We don't want to be glittering trees. We don't want to be brownfields of regret. No, instead, we want to be rooted in love, not the feeling, but the commitment. Because without love, we are nothing. With love, though, with love, everything is possible. So let us be a people of covenant, not shimmering for a season, but planted deep in the soil of life. Whatever your story, whatever you've done, whoever you've been, whatever you're up against this morning in your life, here together, let us be a people who believe that setbacks are only setups for a comeback. And let us be a people who believe that love still has something to say. Let us be a people who give our lives to the faith that the desert will bloom.
Though I may speak with bravest fire, and have the gift to all inspire, and have not love, my words are vain, as sounding brass and hopeless gain. Though I may give all I possess, and striving so my love profess, but not be given thy love within, the prophet soon turned strangely.
So friends, go into this week as promise-making, promise-breaking, and promise-remaking people. Go forth knowing that despair hasn't won, hate hasn't won, Love still has something to say, and love is on its way. So begin again in love. And when you falter, begin again. When the world falters, begin again. And when your neighbor falters, join in together and help them begin again too. For the desert will bloom, the brown field will be restored, and we together will be made new. Go in peace, go in power, go in love.
Come, Spirit, come. Come, Spirit, come. Our hearts control. Our spirits long to be made whole. Let inward love guide every deed. By this we worship and are free. Go in peace. Happy Sunday.